And here we go. All right. Someone asking what their elos are. No, their elos are not 1900 and 2K1. That's incorrect. Good Luck is 2K2. He's like ranked 70th in the world or something. And that, of course, is including some of the repeat accounts. So he's 2K2. Probably realistically like 60th or 54th in the world, something like that, right? Because of the rank. And then Golden End is 2K1. And the way the seeding was structured is your highest ever elo combined with your current elo, like averaged out, and that's how the seeding was done. So Golden End has actually had a similar peak, but he had a super low elo because he hasn't played too well in 1v1s recently. And that's why he's the 75th seed. Anyways, Japanese here for red. And then we have Mayans here on Houseboat for Good Luck. And this is red's home map. You start with the TC on the island. You have 4 shorefish around your TC. And you collect that for food. And then you need to constantly transport to get out here and get other resources, which I have to say is very, very, very difficult. It's very fun to watch. I actually really enjoy playing it. I'm not going to complain about it. I think it's fun. But it's not easy. And if you eventually get landed, if they dock you and they go for fire galleys, you could lose your transport and you could be stuck here, and that could honestly be the game. This, my friends, is brutal to play. Now, we have a difference of approach from what you would typically see. Normally, you see 4 villagers on food, then you see an early dock. But instead, red is going for early mill, which is only 50 wood apiece for the Japanese. And so he's going to go for as much shorefish as possible. Villagers on shorefish bring in a ton of food very quickly. You could not really justify this with any other civilization because your mills would be 100 wood, and same with your lumber camps. But he's taking advantage of the Japanese bonus, but you also have to remember, Japanese also have really good fishing ships. So he's taking advantage of one bonus, probably for a faster feudal age time, and he's going to lose out on another one. And so I think you could expect to see an eco lead, at least in Dark Age here for blue, because his dock will produce fishing ships, and of course both their TCs are producing vills. I think this strat might be rush fast feudal and dock their side and completely win water, though. I think that could be the play. Yes, the opponent will have food income from fish, but if you just rush over there and completely overwhelm them before they can defend their own pond, what do? It's a little risky, though, because if they do defend, then they've had fishing ships and you don't have fishing ships, and then the strategy looks really bad. So I don't know if he tested his build order or anything, but he did currently scout where blue is. He also actually didn't see the dock, which is kind of sad, but I think he has to assume there's going to be a dock. I think if you really wanted to get your uptime insanely fast, you would go, yeah, you go for another mill. Wow. Again, this strategy is only possible with the Japanese. So keep an eye on the food count. Let's actually look at the food collected so far. So he's collected about 200 more food already. And then, of course, blue's going to have wood to invest in other things like fishing ships. And blue has more eco units. That kicks in over time. Oops. I don't know if you guys heard that. And then the shorefish is super quick. What? He's going to click up already? Holy cannoli, dude. And wow, you know what he could do? He can finish this shorefish, immediately go to wood, because he'll want more on wood. And then he'll send the villager forward here, I think. There's the vill. Wow, this build order is disgusting, man. This build order is absolutely disgusting. All right, so I'm curious to see what Good Luck does against this. And if he can even counter it. You can't really stop the opponent from docking you. That's the thing. Unless you have your scout out there. Okay, more villagers on wood as expected. Villagers on gold, so the fire galleys could come out as expected. Blue's got vills still coming out of the TC and has fishing ships, so it's feeling good. You know what I think, guys? I think red's villager's a little late. I think his vill might be a little too late for this to find success here. By the time he finishes the dock... Well, I don't know how long it takes to build a dock. Let's see, it's at 55 seconds. I just feel like there's a chance he won't be able to make fire galleys right away. And blue's going to scout this. Blue really needed to click up. Like, blue's had the food for a bit now. Blue really needs to click up. Blue also doesn't have loom. Actually, the dock is perfect. The dock is perfect timing. I think Good Luck could be in big trouble here. And yeah, in theory, you could delete your TC and rebuild it out here, but that's normally really bad.
Shot it.
The red chooses to fight the eagle because he's about to hit feudal, so he'll kill that eagle. And here come the fire galleys. So blue will be without a scout and without a doubt in trouble here on water. And now he's thinking through. He's like, okay, I can't take this food for too long. I can't take this gold comfortably. He's going to instead go over to this gold, which is good, but late. I think a second dock is needed here. I think you have to remain competitive on water. He's still making fields. He still hasn't gone up. But I still think you need a second dock because, like, what? I've never seen someone have to rebuild their TC on the outer ring before. But we might be approaching that. I don't know. Maybe he just straight up loses everything here. He's going to take as many resources as he can for now. This looks like a fast castle play for him. And then I want to look back at the eco for GoldenAcid because his shorefish are probably running out. But there are still shorefish on the other side. I mean, you could, in theory, just start fishing the opponent's pond as well over time. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Do you want to take out villagers, fishing ships, or transport ships? I feel like you want fishing ships right now, and then you want transport ships later. I don't think villagers makes a ton of sense because villagers can run away. I think this is a mistake, but of course, he's super focused at home. He still has to transport eco. This is what's complicated about this. Only killed one unit so far, and now he's patrolled this into a mill. This might actually be very good for blue now, as he will finally lose his fishing ships. But let's look at the food collected in total now. Good Luck has collected more food. Do you see the difference, guys? I hope this helps me. I really hope the resources shown here explains the differences in strategies. And you know what? Blue will have the resources to go castle. And as long as blue doesn't lose this town center to fire ships... I think this town center can take him to Castle Age. And then he can make new town centers. So I'm not sure if this all-in strategy really makes sense now. I think he's going to try and fish from home to try and catch up with economy. But he really needed to take out the fish a little bit faster here. And there goes Good Luck on the way to the next age. That was really well played from Good Luck. And now Red can see him on stone here. And Red's like, well, crap. I've got to do something about that. But I don't have wood for a barracks. And I can't range it unless I add a galley. And that's probably why he added a galley. Scout goes down for red. And blue wisely says, okay, I'm going to tower. So yeah, it was correct to open up with fires. And it's correct to add the galley here. But I really like the tower decision from blue. A lot of the stone and gold is around the shoreline, right? So that's the other thing about this map that makes it tough. Guys, like, you know what blue could also do? I think blue should dock over here. And since his dock isn't down, he should keep making fires. He could still maintain control of this. I think so anyways. Because how many fires are here? You've got 3 fires. So you make like 4 or 5 fires and you completely clear this. I think you could. Not that you have to. Wow. I'm so impressed with... I don't know. I'm very torn. I felt like the build order was really exciting from Red, but now we're seeing why it shouldn't work. And now he's just adding the fishing ships. Now his eco's looking bad, and he's forever feudal. And Blue knows this. He knows Red doesn't have a scout, and he's going to run forward to castle drop him. I love this. It's risky, of course, but I think he understands that... Oh, never mind. All right. That's still fine. Whatever. I got a little overexcited. Does he see this? Okay, he does see this. This is where adapting comes into play. I think you want to take this gold with these vills. And then you want to pull these vills and make a mill and eat the elephant. Or rhino, excuse me. It's an elephant in a rhino suit. I say that because he has 0 food income right now. And that could be an issue. That's probably what I would do. Also, if I was Red, I would definitely add a market right now. And now Red has a massive eco lead because he has fish. This is super fun to watch, man. This might be a YouTuber as well. He's just going to take the enemy salmon. It's my strategy. He stole that. But now the problem is blue is making plumed archers, and plumed archers can completely wreck everything here. So red is starting to prep some walls and is starting to prep some towers, which is also really strong. Wow, I'm very impressed with the timing on this. Usually players will like be late with the tower on one side. But the timing on this is perfect, and he will actually get a heads up. He will see this. The only thing is if the plumes sit underneath the tower, he's going to have some big problems here. So he needs to make sure he makes a house or something so the plumes don't dive it. Yeah, palisades. Yeah, there you go. So blue is making plumed archers, but blue has 6 on food. And the 6 on food are berry villagers, which is far from good. He can't really afford eco upgrades, which also sucks. And maybe this was a good strategy for Golden End. Or Golden Acid. I call him both because he used to be known as Golden End. And just upload the entire set. At this point, maybe. The problem is, what gets tricky, and I don't particularly care about the algorithm on YouTube that much, but I just care about how memorable games are. And I feel like uploading the best individual games between players that aren't super well known is so much more memorable for everyone involved. And gets a lot more gains a lot more traction. Whereas if I upload best of 5 Golden Acid versus Good Luck, people don't realize how good that's going to be. That's a lot of plumed archers right there. And if these things dive, man, damage is going to be done here. I think this is a mistake, right? Just dive the tower with this Vil. Okay, maybe he thought it was worth losing the Vil. He will have double tower here. I guess. I mean, it's hard to know, right? He doesn't want the plumes to run through. He continues to get the quick walls. Blue wants to dive through with the plumes. I take it back. Red needed to do more to keep the plumed archers away. Plumed archers do have good pierce armor. The towers are not doing much. And oh, God, the plumes. Oh, well done from blue. That was so good. That was so good. Oh, he'll kill all these Vils. That tower will never go up. He has no military momentum now. Blue will lose this TC. But look at the damage, and now look at the eco difference. Wow. So yeah, red lost a few villagers trying to keep this out, but that's why. And what a great decision from blue to dive. The timing on that's perfect as well, right? Because it was just before things got pretty good for red. If red would have made it to the next stage with those villagers, he could have maybe made knights, he could have maybe made siege, but now he's kind of stuck. He does have +2 on the way. He doesn't have bloodlines yet, and he is going to go for knights, but I'm not sure he has that food eco, guys. As we see a ram now for blue, so blue's all in here. I like the aggression. And I think you should see aggression a little bit more on Houseboat. I'm surprised by how many players try and boom, but it is situational. And blue has to be careful with his plumed archers. Red did a great job here to hop in and out of the tower. He's going to go in for the ram. He can repair his tower then, and now we've got knights here. And actually, the knights will push back those plumed archers no problem. And these plumed archers are suddenly looking like they need a job. Remember, a lot of those are weak as well. And remember, blue only has 1 TC, but doesn't really have food eco. As you see him now going for a town center in the very middle, which seems extremely risky. Now, let's see red's reaction time on this one. He should know the plumes are running this way. Immediately reacts. And all the towers killed 3 plumed archers, and now I think 1 or 2 knights can do the rest, guys. If blue ever runs from this, the tower will get more hits, and he has to run from this because the knight will kill the plumes. What? What a sick game. I still feel like both strategies were really, really good here. Blue was maybe a little risky with his late uptime. I could have seen him defending a little more on water. Red was maybe a little risky. I mean, the strategy is high risk, high reward, certainly. Whichever way you look at it. Both players. But there's been reward for both players, is my point. I just want to bring it back to blue not taking this rhino. It seems like a silly thing. But after building this castle, I think these become your gold Vils. And these become your food Vils. And you adapt there. So he's adding a TC now, and he might end up taking that soon. Now, last red checked, there were villagers over here. So he's looking for those. He doesn't see those, but he is completely safe. That said, his eco is pretty bad. I think, though, he will try and drop a castle here, which makes which really brings Blue's town center into question. That is, of course, if Plumed Archers aren't there to protect it, which they might be. I think Red will see these TCs. He sees the farm, so I think that will tell him there's a TC there. And it's just the perfect spot for a castle. That said, Blue has a lot of plumes. Blue cannot afford Bodkin Arrow. Yeah, here comes Blue. Okay. He brings in the Rhino. That's important, man. He needs that 400 food to get Bodkin. Oh, man, what a game. 54 pop versus 50 right now. I think what matters for Blue is that he has Siege when he goes forward to drop the castle. Sorry, when I said Blue, I meant to say Red. You guys know that. If he has Siege with it, which he's now going for, this can end up being okay. Now, Plumed Archers are not bad against Siege, and there's only 2 Knights here. So let's see if Blue reacts to this. He is attacking it. He does know about it. And the repair will come in, but also the Monk will get a conversion. This is a crazy moment. That Monk needs to get a conversion now. This castle will not go up. The Knights need to loop back in. Okay, maybe now. Oh, God. It feels like this is for the series right here. You need conversions on those Knights if you're Blue. And then you can use the Knights against the Siege. Bodkin Arrow's coming in. He snipes. Oh, he tries to snipe a Vil. Tries to get another one. If Bodkin was in, this would have happened already. Now he goes after the Siege, which is a good move, but Bodkin's not in. If Bodkin was in, the Siege is down there. 55%. The dodging, the dipping, the weaving. He's going for the Vils now. He gets the Villager. The castle's still on the way up, though. The Knights still haven't engaged. The Siege goes down. And now more Plumed Archers arrive. Red, YOLO your Vils after this. YOLO your Vils after this. Get the castle up. If you get the castle up, that is such a good position. It's not as good of a position as it could have been if it was here. But he gets the castle up in time. Red still has to be careful he doesn't lose his Knights, though. That castle doesn't end the game like I thought it would, actually. Because this that would range 2 town centers. This actually doesn't range the TCs at all. Wow. And guys, Plumed Archers, pretty freaking strong against Knights. Still have to question this TC from Blue. Is he trying to fast imp this? What? He needs another Rhino and he can go imp. What? I mean, when you see forward castle, you think imp is the best thing to do to trap it down. But it seems very ambitious with this economy. But I actually think it would be a great move, too. That's the thing. Like, Red doesn't have very good eco here. So he can't really make too many more Knights. That's a lot of Plumed Archers with decent upgrades. As long as the Plumes would be there to protect everything later on, it might be okay. He's idling his 3 TCs and waiting for food. And he is now on the way to imp. And then for Red, he's going to stay in Castle Age. Okay, so to kind of explain what happens from here, in theory anyways, as Red still only has this town center, Red needs to do damage. Red needs to trade against Plumes. If Red is able to kill these Plumed Archers, and it's only Trebs for Blue, I think Red can be fine. But if there's a decent ball of Plumed Archers when Blue makes it to imp, this could be problematic for Red. Who still hasn't expanded to a second TC, still doesn't even have Horse Collar yet. I mean, both players are missing that upgrade. But Red's kind of feeling a little clueless now. Again, I really think this castle needed to be more offensive. But of course, you could risk losing the game with that.
Shot it.
And good luck on the way to imp. Who knows if he'll even be able to afford Bracer at this point. God knows he's not going to get ballistics. Just please don't get your army trapped. Because if he doesn't have any army next to his castle, Red could use Knights to take out the Trebs. Because the Trebs have to be here. That's not his imp TC, by the way. This is his imp TC. Oh, God, no. Okay, he sees the siege. But now he's kind of trapped. I think Red... Okay, let's see if there's a reaction here. Red's back here. Blue does react. And also quick walls, so the Knights can't get back there. Smart thinking. He's... actually, I'm not sure if he's trapped. No, he's trapped. There's a tree there. Oh, God. Well, actually, good players should be able to micro their way out of this. And he's obviously a very good player. Yeah, he fires. The repair there does help out. And another shot. Oh, God. Good engagements. Take the Repairville, dude. Take the Repairville, dude. What are you doing? Take the Repairville. Repairville coming in clutch. His name is Jim. He knows how to use the hammer. And now, at 37 eco for blue, he's going to be an imp, but he'll have not too many plumed archers. He actually still has more, though. To be fair, he does have more. So now he should make trebs. 51 eco. Still no second TC yet for red. It can't feel too good to see your opponent's an imp with a castle right next to your castle. And seeing they're in the Imperial Age. Yeah, I think the Treb can sit here, which should be underneath the castle fire. I think you could sacrifice 4 mangonels to take out 1 Treb, but it's just a losing battle. Here he goes. He wants this gold desperately. Actually, a very good point. He's about to run out of gold. Guys, red has the water buffalo here, and I don't know if he's paying attention to it, but just saying. Maybe, just maybe, he will realize he needs to get over to that gold. Took out the market. He also took out the blacksmith with these knights. Doesn't feel like the best way to really utilize that, but it is what it is. And yeah, he feels desperate. He feels he has to take the Treb out. Blue, pop out and surprise him. Yep. Yep. All the knights go down here. He won't even take out the Treb. This is problematic for GoldenAcid. Such a crazy move from Golden Luck. Or, sorry, Good Luck. Such a crazy decision to go fast imp. But I think it is the right decision now that I look at things. Oh, he's getting raided back here, though. He's at 38 Vils. Good job from Red to keep moving with those knights. And Red's now like, what do I do against this? I mean, it's all about the Plumed Archer micro. The lack of economy from players in the last 2 games has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love it. Like, it's so entertaining. Fletching's on the way. Woo! And guys, when you look at the score in this situation and you see as the gold's been spotted and you see how many Vils you've killed, you know that you have a massive eco lead. Now, score can be a little wonky when there's water units involved, like Navy, because that can boost score. But Golden has to realize I'm stuck in Castle Age, but my economy's stronger here.
Shot it.
And one big fight against the Plumes, another dozen villagers killed off, and he could still win this game. He's got a big army. But with perfect micro, Blue could micro down all of this. That would be if perfect micro is what he's able to achieve. Golden now under pressure, running out of stone. I don't think I would make any more Trebs if I were Blue. I'd just focus on Plumes here. He's going to add another market because he needs to buy food, obviously. He probably wants to get chemistry next. This is unbelievable. I'd love to see a second TC for Golden. He doesn't seem to be doing that, though. He's just so focused on fielding military. But it feels like he's still missing a lot of upgrades for what will be probably Elite Skirm. I don't know. I feel like, as we see a TC, we bought stone and wood. He literally bought all the resources for that TC right there. I feel like a little bit of stone walling here would help Blue so much. Just walling this off so Red can't run back there. Oh, and he forgot about this TC. He forgot that villagers aren't working here. Oh, my word. Wow. And the castle will go down. Guys, the games yesterday were great, but this series here is just crazy. There we go. Oh, look at that. This guy's just waiting. Oh! He's just waiting. And here he comes. And Blue's probably moving forward and focusing here, so they could easily kill some Vils. Oh, no, he notices. Great reaction time. Great reaction time. Oh, my God. He loses this army. I don't know if he has the economy to make more, but the thing is, this army can kill everything. Oh, God. Oh, boy. 8 range on the Plumes, 7 range on the Skirms, 7 range on the Mangonels, 0 range on the Knights. But this is a pretty diverse army, right? Chemistry now on the way. Red clearly knows what's happening here. Blue's got to feel like he's going to be trapped, but he gets some good shots off there. Red immediately runs away. I guess he's spending so much food and so much wood on skirms right now that he can't actually afford a TC.
Shot it.
But the trades should normally be really bad here. That's where it gets problematic. Like, I think these plumes take out the skirms. Oh god, he needs more than just skirms here. Oh no. Guys, Imp army shreds skirms. And the vill difference is huge, but that will change here. As the villagers have to leave the gold, leave the wood, and leave everything over here. This army feels very useless right now. Castle Age skirmishers have 6 pierce armor. These units are doing a lot more damage than that. Also, I'm wrong, by the way. I think these have 7 range. Did I say 8? Or is that? Yeah. I think it should be 7 range for plumes, right? Now, Red's like, well, you know what? I really need to raid because I can't use my knights here. I can only use my skirms. See, he can afford to make a lot of skirms. That's the difference. So he needs more numbers. So here he goes to raid. Let's see if blue reacts to this. KD has been evened out after that little attack from blue as he kills another vill there. And he wants to add another TC. So he's trying to catch up in eco. And I don't think that's a bad play. I just hope he continues to be somewhat offensive. But he's definitely scared Red. And Red's like, well, I need military now. So Red can't invest into... He can't feel comfortable expanding economy. Are we about to see 4 mangonels and knights pressuring this TC, though? I think we are, but blue's about to loop back. I think blue notices this. Yeah, blue's about to loop back. And as blue is trebbing down those stables, which isn't so important right now, I think we're about to see what could be the final fight of the game coming up. And Red kills one of his own knights by mistake. This is a lot of plumed archers. Such a good job from Good Luck, who's now producing vills out of 2 TCs, having lost his forward TCs. And there's no way that Red can engage against this now, but Red will probably bring his skirms over. And, oh. Okay, but that's so many plumed archers. Just out of 1 castle as well. This is also like the 4th blacksmith he's had to build. But with good patience and good micro, imp units should take out mangonels. And the skirms should be coming over now. Here come the skirms. Because remember, the skirms are waiting. Man, his micro is so patient. I'd be so infuriated if I was Red. Because what you want for him to do is lack patience and overextend. Wow, man. He hasn't lost a single plumed archer. Sorry, Rhino. He probably wishes he was eaten now. Here come the skirms, but blue can see that with the trebs. So blue can just be careful here. And honestly, so many of those knights are weak, I think the TC will just take care of it. Okay, finally loses a plume, but yeah, the TC will take care of that. And now blue thinks, well, the knights are going to be gone. So I can just make some siege then, surely. But I don't think the siege workshop spot is great. I think this will be denied. I think it's the right thought, but probably not the right spot. Haha, that rhymed. That's funny. But look at the vill count. 51 versus 57. And so we have the imp army and the imp player now. And the ecos are looking fairly similar. And I think as the siege workshop will just be placed over here, I think the end is near for red, though I could still be wrong. I do not see these skirms being an answer to the plumed archers. I think the plumed archers will shred them pretty quickly. I do not see these skirmishers getting out of here alive. Wow. What a series. And now he adds the TC, but it's too little too late. I can understand why he didn't add it before. Though you could have made arguments for it. But he can't go anywhere. If he goes this way, there's plumes. If he goes this way, there's a castle. TC, TC. He's completely surrounded. We have you surrounded. Come out with your skirms up. Boom. Big shot. And again, if they continue this way, they run into TC fire. Which is probably better than losing it to the siege, to be honest. Trebs are pushing forward and attacking the ranges. We have plumed archers on the front here against the skirms. Red does choose to run in here. The siege is kind of struggling to keep track of this. Should point out that this is blue's gold, so he's got gold now. He's had it for a bit, and here comes the full group of plumed archers because the rest of the plumes aren't needed. And it looks to me like Golden End or GoldenAcid is going to be out of this tourney. And it's always a shame, right? Because they both played so well, but what a great comeback from Good Luck. What a ridiculous game. He was behind by 30 vills this game. And he also, the KD was like 2-1 for red for a bit, I think. But he chose the proper unit, and he used the Plumed Archers well. And my, oh my, does this look good for him right now. And he starts to invest further into Castle Age by making more skirms now. The Castle Age would upgrade. Force Scholar. He's got more ranges making skirms. Skirms is all he can do, guys.
Shot it.
I think you would need to have more skirmishers than Plumes right now, or at least even number to have a chance. As these skirms are going to loop around. Okay, this might be his last attempt at being able to kill this army. He does have 43 skirms. Oh god, can you imagine a demo there?
Shot it.
Blue, though, is like full boom right now. So blue has a fantastic economy. Doesn't necessarily need to kill red right now. He could actually just chill out a little bit. I'd love to see the mangonels come forward. It says he has 2 out there. Wait, where is it? I clicked it and it's like, hello? Is there a mangonel there? I'm confused. Was that a bug? Guys, am I blind? Sorry, here are the plumes. Hold on. Try that again. What? What? Is there an invisible siege weapon there? I'm very, very confused. Okay. Yeah, red trying to add eco now. He's done the right thing to stay in castle. If he tries to go imp, he can't have that number of skirms, right? So he chose to make 50 skirms over having no skirms and going to imp. And of course he would go imp into dead, basically. If he were to not make the skirms. Yeah, maybe they are too far apart. I don't know how that works exactly. I mean, the thing is, blue still hasn't gone in for the kill. The longer he waits, the more red can survive, maybe, because red's on 3 TCs. Red also on stone to maybe add more towers and castles and things like that. I think you could say that blue's being a little bit too cautious right now, but also, why not, right? Why not? You're probably freaked out, dude. Freaked out. You have the upgrades. You're waiting for your siege. You don't want to throw your army. And he was going to drop another castle. That's a really good castle spot. Red needs to make sure he preps more houses because he's got a lot of his houses on the front here. And if those houses start to get trebbed down, there he's adding more. It could be a problem. And hold the phone. Hold the phone. Red is on the way to the Imperial Age. And I do think blue should be pushing his initiative more here. Let's think about the skirms. So the skirms have 6 pierce armor. And it's now 9 damage for the plumes. So the skirms get completely wrecked. And the plumes fire faster. Not to mention plumes in and of themselves are actually pretty good against skirms because they have pretty high pierce armor. So red is on the way to imp. However, he still needs an answer to plumed archers. If he gets imp upgrades, maybe he's got a chance. That's his imp TC! That's his imp TC! What the? I guess that's the best thing that town center's good for at this time. But, oh man, I mean, this is crazy because I feel like blue should never treb that down, but he's going to. No! No, he's packing up! He's like, nah, that TC's not important. No, and red switched the TC! Red switched it. He thought he would lose it. Oh, so now he's going imp in another TC. Oh, God. But blues, I think his treb's auto-attacked or something. And now he was 50% of the way to imp, and now he's so far away now. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh. Like, what's crazy is, obviously it's a mistake to use that TC to go imp. I'll explain why that TC was the imp TC in a second. But like, canceling it isn't necessarily a bad move, because it gets you to imp faster than you would if you lose it. But the fact that he canceled it, and then blue packed up the trebs at the same moment, must be so depressing. And he's got to be careful he doesn't lose the other one now. Like, it's good he chose the one that was furthest back. But he will lose this one. And most importantly, I think he's just losing a lot of production buildings with this. And he has to relocate a lot of farms. We now have Elite Plumed Archer in, which is even stronger. Guys, he's not even going to have the gold. He won't have the gold to be able to get skirm upgrades. He'll probably sell wood and sell stone because he's desperate. Maybe we'll get armor. Maybe we'll get attack. But, oh, look at this from blue as well. Blue's checking the other areas. He knows he has red pinned back. He can see everything with this building, right? So he's going to check over here just to make sure the guy doesn't get gold. He's camping that gold with the plume. Red will make it to Imp. He would have already been in Imp if not for the TC fiasco. A good shot there from him as blue is going to research Onager now. And Onager is the perfect thing to accompany your plumed archers and your trebs. Wow, man. So to circle back to why that TC was the Imp TC. So when you're doing stuff and you go to use your go-to town center hotkey, the game always selects your first TC first. So that was his first TC because they started there. And obviously, you know, it became kind of an issue in that instance. So unfortunate, though. I think he still would have died if there's any consolation. I think this composition from Mayans is still so freaking strong, but it's still 150 pop for both. We have Bracer. We now have armor on the way. Those are the skirm upgrades you would want. But now you need an answer to Onager. And there's no way you'll keep this castle up either if you're red. You can try. But to me, it feels like you'd need some extremely lucky treb shots. We now have armor on the way for infantry. I think we know where this goes, guys. I think we know where this goes. As if it's even needed. This TC will go down for red. Oops, sorry, that was a complete misclick. Red trying. Doing a pretty good job. He did... What? He took out one of the trebs. He's now out of stone. He needs to take out this treb right now. He's probably like, God, if you're there, please listen. Listen. Oh! Okay, he pushes it back and drops another castle. Still not securing a lot of gold, though, which is a problem. It still needs to respond to this treb now. We'll rip to that treb. The population for red is still pretty freaking... God, man. I put my breakfast plate, because I ate breakfast next to the stream, right next to my foot on the right, and I keep kicking it. Sorry. I don't know if you guys hear that, but shift that out of the way. Lazy streamer over here. But yeah, I think with the amount on blue has on gold, he just goes into eagles. And wow, he's actually fighting the navy over here and repairing the onager. Sick stuff. But yeah, I think Elite Eagle Warrior will clear the skirms. Even if the castles stay up. Red's doing the right thing to think about Samurai, because Samurai would be a counter to the Eagles, but he doesn't have the eco setup anymore. It doesn't feel like he has 90 villagers, actually. When you look at this, it does not feel like it. Whereas for blue, this looks like an eco layout where he has that. I think red is relocating a ton of vills right now. Or a lot of vills are repairing or something, right? What did I have for breakfast? I had oatmeal. I had oatmeal and I had egg. So, pretty boring stuff. Red's still not willing to give it up here. And it is the final game in the tourney for whoever loses this game. So, and I think both players will be entertaining if they are able to move on. And both players will learn lessons too. I think that's something that I took out of getting out of round one. I've learned lessons on things to do differently. Like, even just casting these games gives me a really good advantage. Because I feel like Red's strategy was really solid. I'm not sure if it's solid against Mayans necessarily, but I feel like it was really solid. Red still doesn't have Elite Eagle. I hope he notices this. This Castle Age Samurai will wreck this, and this is a throw. You're losing a lot of gold units right there, buddy. And he backs up! What?! He backs up. Good luck. Gives up on taking out the two castles, which means that red maybe has a chance with Samurai here. And he still has really good control and vision, at least in the south. I shouldn't use the word control. Okay, no, he's not giving up. He's repositioning, excuse me. The onagers are all alone, which makes me so sad. We're going to see Samurais clear that up. Blue is rich, though. You know I'm rich on resources, XD, as Isit would say. Blue also is about to find out that red's been on this gold the entire time and probably be annoyed with himself. And he's like, what? Come on, man. Yeah, he's going to probably drop a castle there. I think he drops a castle there right now. But he is going for trebs, and red with defensive trebs again.
Shot it.
And there's the castle. That's a perfect castle. I love that castle from blue, who has red pinned back still. Also, I love how he's bringing forward the war buffalo. Look at those things. Send the buffalo into battle first. You know, we talk about meat shields a lot in Age of Empires 2. That is the ultimate meat shield. Send the buffalo in. Does he have them on the same control group as his plumed archers? I think he does. I think they're on the same control group. That's freaking hilarious. I've never seen that before. Well, the buffalo are trying to keep up. They're rather slow though. They're a little too meaty. And the lead eagle upgrade is in. Eldorado's not in, which is an important upgrade, but I don't think it matters. The eagles can take out the trebs. The eagles can help with the skirms. The onagers here. This castle means that red can't take the golds. It was an amazing series from GoldenAcid. And he calls it. He says, GG and good luck next. Respect to him for saying that. And that might be the series of the round of 128 from what we've seen so far. Like, that was absolutely incredible. Game 2 and Game 3 were so unique and so obscenely entertaining. And also with such ridiculous skill. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the best play for good luck, which won him the game, was going fast imp on 37 villagers and 0 farms. How is that the best play in a game? That's my point. It does not feel like it should ever be the best play in a game. But I genuinely believe that's what won him the game. If he tried to add town centers and create vills when he was behind, he would have lost. Because he needed the imp advantage on plumes to do anything in this game. And then he eventually reboomed and came back. That was so good. Holy cow, that was so good. I think that red will be kicking himself for not doing a little more with the forward docks. He didn't take out the transport. He didn't take out the fishing ships quite as quickly as I would have liked. And also we saw the disadvantage of red's strategy because his feudal age was so long compared to blue's because he didn't have much economy. I also think that the castle from red, the castle here, obviously that's a good safe castle and it's still a good position, but that castle was not the castle he needed. I think if he castles here, it's different. I'm not sure if blue is able to go to imp in the same way if the castle goes up here. Actually, I can tell you this right now. If he goes castle here, he had a siege workshop, right? All he needs is rams then. If red has a castle here, he just sends in rams, and the rams will be on this side of the castle, and blue will have nothing to take out the rams. He can't use villagers. Whereas if he tried rams when he had the castle back here, plumes and villagers take out the rams. So, wow, crazy. And a reverse sweep, obviously, reverse sweep isn't like, ooh, too crazy in a best of 3, but still well done from blue to recover there. And I'll have to look at the bracket to see who he faces, but in a best of 5 against even a better player, I think he'll put up a really good fight. 154 units killed, 95 units lost. Wow, that was a crazy game, man. I can't get over that. You could see he eventually had insane economy. Wood, food, and gold, but it did not look pretty here. It did not look pretty there at all. Look at the difference in up times. Massive difference in feudal time, which is rare. Massive difference in castle time, which is rare. And then the difference in imp time as well was also crazy. That was well played. I think it's Mr. Yo the winner's facing. Oof. Well, they're kind of like me. Good luck's kind of like me then. I think I was actually 1 seed above him. I think I was seed 55. So I'm up against Tato and he's up against Mr. Yo. If you are correct, that would be brutal. But still, I think a really good performance from him. And the other thing to bring up about good luck is that his Nomad game was really, really bad. And that's going to be game 1 in every set. So I think that he can easily just go to the drawing board and try and improve there. Because the other games were really solid. So, oof. Well, impressive display from the players there. Thank you guys for enjoying that one with me.